Who's a nerd? Who's a nerd? Who you talking? We're live. We're live.
Fucking dude that like I hate
live,
people
by
who
the way.
act like I don't give a, it's fine. I just have like people here that this one dude, I mean he'll never listen, but he like went to his parents went to LSU. He's from Winston-Salem, so I know him from work. And he said, "Oh yeah, dude, I went to LSU." He literally spent 1 year at LSU and did so many drugs and got so fucked up that his dad, who both of his parents are doctors, his dad came and like drove from Winston-Salem in the middle of the night after he got his grades from his second semester. He had like a 0.7 and he found him like fucked up somewhere, got him. But he's always like, "Yeah, dude, I'm like a huge LSU fan." And he like last week, he's like, "Yeah," and he always does this every year. He's like, "Yeah, man, like you want to like hang out and like watch the game?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not watching with anybody. I'm watching my own. Like you don't care. You don't know a single player on the team. You don't know anybody. You don't even watch college football really." So then last week he's like, "Whatever." And then tonight he's like, "Yo, dude, you want to watch the Michigan-Oklahoma game somewhere?" And I go, "I'm watching the LSU game." He's like, "Dude, we're gonna win by 1,000,000. Who gives a shit? I don't even know who Louisiana Tech is." I'm like, "Stop speaking to me." And then he's like blowing me up right now, and he's like, "What happened with the game tonight? It looks like it was close. Is Michigan really? Are they really bad, or is Oklahoma good?" I'm like, "I don't give a fuck, bro. Stop talking to me. I don't give a shit." But, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I got a
was in
funny story. I got a
Yeah,
funny
tell
story.
me. Yeah,
Well, I'm
tell
gonna
me
start it
about your
off
day
with
first.
there's a guy in front of us, hammered drunk. Okay.
By the way,
And
for those of you who don't know, Daniel brought his child to his
I was gonna tell
first
that a
ever.
little.
Ah, shit, my bad, man. I didn't mean to ruin it.
No,
But it was
but you can
cool.
lead into it. But I'll tell more story. I'll
Yeah,
think about
first
closing
ever
out the program.
as an LSU fan, monumental occasion, first ever game. You can say it again. There's probably like 4 people that are even here, if that.
There's only like 2 right now.
Yeah, so we'll say it again later. But
Yeah, we'll save it.
that's
Later.
cool. Anyway,
But there
all right.
was a guy in front of Davis that was absolutely hammered drunk. Hammered drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And Davis loved them. They were what were they dancing to? Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay.
Or no, Welcome to the Jungle, and maybe fuck. Open up my evil eyes.
Mr. Brightside. We
Yeah,
play Mr.
got it.
Brightside. We shouldn't play Mr. Brightside. That's kind of gay. That's Michigan's new thing.
Yeah, it's an
anyway.
Alabama thing too. That's what I thought. But
Yes,
anyway,
we should be playing.
Davis was dancing with the guy. The guy was hammered drunk. The guy was giving Davis high fives, fist pumps the whole time.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, respect it.
But when Nick Anderson scored that touchdown, the first touchdown,
Yeah.
I looked at Chip. I said, "Hey, that's what I called on the podcast." I said, "Nick Anderson, first touchdown."
I think you may have. Did you write it down? I told you to write it down.
I did not write it down, but I think I'm going to go back and rewind.
I thought
did you write
wrote...
it down?
Well, here's the thing. I thought you had your phone the whole time we were doing that, and I was like, okay, he's putting in his notes. I'll start fucking writing it down. But I literally said we need to write it down. So you had your phone, so I just assumed you were writing it down.
I failed this. Either way, the guy in front, he was at that point, he was coming back from a beer run. And so he comes back, he's like talking to his bro. I don't know what his bro's name is, so I'm just going to say Nate. He's like, "Hey, Nate."
Don't say that. But say Tommy.
"Hey, Tommy." He's like, "Hey, Tommy, I called it. I told you Trey Des Green was going to score the first touchdown."
Jesus
and they're showing it on the replay.
Christ.
And he's like turning around to the whole section. He's like, "Yeah, I told you. I called it. I called Trey Des Green."
They don't even.
Touchdown.
They're not even.
It's Nick Anderson.
They're not
Anderson
even close to the same shades either. It's like one thing if it's like Aaron Anderson versus Xavion, you're like, okay, like it's kind of similar. They're not close at all.
Trey Des he did undercut Trey Des, but that ball was intended for Nick Anderson. Either way, everybody watching on YouTube, everybody watching on Twitter, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the page, yada yada yada. We're here tonight, bourbon and beer. Nathan, raise your glass. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the same thing I drank last week. Oh, Arizona kicked the field goal. I drank the same thing last week. Some Empress 1908 gin. I can't believe Mississippi State's going to blow this.
I've got some 1903 champagne.
It's a little purple. It's a little purple.
I got 1903 champagne.
There's a lot going on here right now at the end of these games, so that's why I've got 2 TVs going.
You haven't
Also,
caught my joke. I've said it twice. I need you to acknowledge.
champagne and beers. Yeah, it's fucking.
Champagne
Yeah, I
and
know.
beers.
You drink your stupid ass ponies. I know. I fucking know. You like that's why
Shout
you
out
like
to one
bourbon
of
and
my
beer.
employees who brought me two packs of these today to the tailgate. Boom.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. I tell you what. Hey, South Carolina sure is. I wonder if they're still on their high horse after Vandy is in Virginia Tech right now, winning by 24 points in the
I
fourth
saw
quarter.
37-20.
It's 44-20 now. And you know what the crazy thing is? It was 17-3.
So I'll be honest. Between having my 4-year-old son at the game and having to leave at halftime, I don't know a whole lot of what the fuck exactly happened. But my phone I've got more text messages from the stupid La Tech game than the Clemson game. Because people love to freak out.
Oh, dude.
And so,
bro.
The freaking out is in full force.
So
I got people questioning whether or not Garrett Nussmeier lost the Heisman Trophy tonight.
Well, Reed was freaking out. I'm sure if Reed's not listening yet, he was on full freak out mode. But I'll get into all that shit. What I'm upset about is I'm pretty fucking bummed about Trey-Dez.
What I always say about these games is there's only two things that matter.
I was gonna tell you to bring that up later, but yeah, there's only two things.
There's only
what
two
are
things.
They, Daniel? What are
it doesn't matter if you win 27-21 or if you win 77-0. The most important thing is that you win the game. Nobody cares about the score because nobody remembers what we did against South Alabama last year.
People forget about Nicholls State. We were talking the other night. We're like, we don't even remember. And like, we obviously weren't good last year, so we don't really want to talk about it. But yeah, no one remembered that shit. You just remember you win. And then number two, Daniel, what is the number two most important thing?
You got to stay healthy in these games. You got to get out of there without injuries.
And
that's where
literally. Oh shit! That's a mistake! Oh my god! Arizona State just sold out for a blitz and he just fucking hit it for like a 70-yard touchdown. 60. Oh my god!
Man's got too much bulldog in him. Oh, we got Zombie Bob is joining the program after Zombie Bob said he wasn't joining the program.
I can't believe
Zombie, we're live. And Nathan's
live
celebrating.
From the parking lot in Houston.
Mississippi State just hit a 60-yard touchdown to go up.
We got Zombie for
points.
a minute here. We don't care about Mississippi State. Zombie.
No, what's Mississippi State doing?
They just
went up by 4 points with 30 seconds left on a 60-yard play. It's against number 12. This is actually really important for playoffs. Really important.
Against who? Mississippi State against Arizona State?
Is it important for playoffs? Because there's only going to be like one team from the Big 12 that makes it.
But there might be two, because what if they go 11-1 and they lose to TCU? And it's the same shit where Clemson and SMU get it. Now you can be like, no, you can't fucking get in. All these games matter, Daniel. Anyway,
there's
Zombie.
like nobody in the stands.
Hey, what's the word on Trey-Dez Green?
He gone.
The word
he's out for the season?
He came out of the tent with a knee brace, crutches, and sobbing, crying.
Really?
And everybody walked up to him, hitting him on the chest.
All right, so Zombie Bob, we just said it right before you came on. The most important thing in these games is that you win. Nobody cares what the score is. Nobody remembers that we were only beating Nicholls State by 2 in the third quarter last year.
Okay.
All that matters is you win. The other thing that may be winning the game is the most important. The second most important thing is come out of these games without injuries. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And you lose Braylon Moore on the first play, even if he's not 100% next week, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, if you got we got a mini free. All right, let me ask you this. Is Florida going to come out circling the wagons or laying down?
They're not. They're just going to play ball, but they're not good. They weren't good. They're just not a good team. I stand by that.
Losing is not a good thing for LSU.
Well, I don't think it's a good thing, but I think they are who they are. I mean, I watched that entire fucking game, every snap of that game, and they are exactly what I said they were 2 weeks ago when we talked about.
Nate, Josh Pate said that Lenore Sellers was a Heisman Trophy candidate. I mean, not Lenore Sellers, DJ Lagway.
Yeah.
He also said Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We have any breaking news, anything coming out soon? Or any special announcements?
we
Are
will
we
be
gonna announce that?
releasing a podcast with
this
the
one.
man, the myth, the legend, Braden Fajoka tomorrow. Zombie Bob arranged it. Zombie Bob's special guest segment tomorrow. We'll release it tomorrow night around 6 p.m.
All right, now shout out to Braden. However, last week he was 4-0 in his picks. Today he did a 5-team, 5 teams he recommended. Did a parlay, Nate.
Game over. Anyway, yeah.
Did
Parlay.
a parlay, right? $50 would have won me $1,600, but Lane Kiffin taking it up the ass with that field goal at the end.
I know a lot of dudes who lost money on that at the very end.
Yeah. So, all right, gentlemen. Moore's. All right. Now I hate to say this, Moore's injury is more concerning than Trey'Dez Green.
Oh, 100%, no doubt. I don't know what. Yeah. So they earlier in the game, because he rolled on the inside, I was like, man, like that's probably not that bad. And they said they're gonna make a decision whether he's gonna come back in the second half or not. And then they came back in the second half and they're like, oh, he's doubtful and he's on a walking boot. But like, if you have any type of minor ankle, they're gonna put you in a walking boot. You know what I mean?
Right.
I still think he's gonna be fine. I don't think it's a high ankle sprain. It wasn't like he was on the outside, it's on the inside. So I think he's gonna be fine.
Okay. All right, guys. So have a good night. I'll hit you tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks for taking me on. All right, peace. Bye.
That's crazy. What a bad throw.
We also have Travis in the bullpen, ready to go.
Come on,
Travis.
Yeah, hey, what's
Travis,
up?
welcome to the program tonight.
Let's
Bourbon
go.
and beer. What you drinking?
Why's my camera so blurry? That's a fresh bottle of Lagavulin. I don't know why my camera's so blurry, but hey, I want to just call in and say I totally agree with Nate. I'm watching the Mississippi State, Arizona State game too, and every game counts. Well, I think we're going to get into an 0-7 type situation where it's just chaos. You had Florida losing today, OU's knocking off
Florida's
Michigan.
Lose 10 games.
You could get Nebraska in the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of oddball type situations. So
Mississippi State's first home non-conference ranked.
Yeah, it's actually quite
since 1991.
I mean, dude, programs are dropping like flies. And so, yeah, like you said, the win is all that matters. I was really upset to see the injuries. I feel like our offensive scheme too, there's a lot of room for improvement, but we just take it week by week. Hopefully we can improve moving on to Florida, and we just keep rolling with it. But yeah, just like take it one game at a time and let everyone else fall away, and hopefully we get through to the playoffs and can make a run. But yeah,
I mean, I said this in the podcast the other night. I said, like, when we're making our predictions, I'm actually kind of impressed with La Tech, because I said LSU is going to come out and we're going to take shot after shot after shot. That's what I said. I said all we're going to do is try to go deep, because we never went deep against Clemson. So what did they do? They just fucking dropped 8, and all we did was just try to take shot plays the entire time. And it's like we barely threw swing routes. We barely did any of our offense. And if I was like, oh, they're just shutting us down our offense, I'd be upset.
And they stopped the run too. So they dropped 8 and still stopped the run.
Well, that's the thing. They were doing a good job of just like crashing the box and then bailing. But that goes back to the point of Moore. I mean, DJ Chester is – so I kept notes. I made some notes tonight, and I don't know when we want to get into it. But, like, DJ Chester is – I mean, DJ Chester is a problem. A problem.
Yeah,
and we said the other day, what are the 2 most important O-line spots? Adams and Moore. And really, it's Moore by a landslide. But either way, it's because then Chester makes Mabinga bad. Chester does whatever. I mean, Dana, you know this. Like, you're making calls as a center and stuff. Whatever Moore does, he gets all those guys ready. Those guys were fucking clueless tonight, dude. Yeah. They had no idea. I can't tell you how many runs. If you go back and, like, you're at the game, if you really go back and look at some of these runs, dude, we wouldn't block a single down lineman, because the other person just would think they would get him. And then Mabinga and Chester are just getting blown through. It is crazy. And so that goes back into Nuss never felt comfortable at all in the pocket. So he's just like, I'm just going to roll out. So it was just a shit show. But then in the meantime, we're trying not to show anything, and we're just calling these shot plays. And then we get to the 9-yard line, and we're just like, hey, we're just going to go like 4 tight ends and like just run it up the middle, but you can't run it up the middle. It was just a stupid game all around because we weren't trying to do anything. But ultimately, did you see that, Cam? You were at home? I don't know if you were like watching yet, but did you see Stamps drop that interception at the end?
Yes, that was impressive.
And that was the second one. He dropped one earlier too on like the same drive. And that's the thing. We literally beat the shit out of them because our defense still showed up. And at the end of the day, even when you're not doing an offense, you don't want to show anything on offense. You have your center hurt. You got whatever. We still put up 380, and they didn't do shit on offense until Stamps dropped that whatever. And I was also, I said this in the first half. Sonny Cumbie, shout out to him. I think he was gambling on the game. You're the road underdog, and you have 4th and 4 at LSU's 43-yard line, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to punt the ball. What do you mean you're going to punt the ball? Like, why are you punting the ball? You go for that. If you want to win the game, you go for that. No, instead he pins us inside the 5-yard line, and we drive 98 yards for a touchdown. The very next drive, it's 4th and 5 at LSU's 42-yard line, and he's like, nah, I'm going to punt it again. So we have to go 85 yards. So and then he didn't throw a ball past 10 yards. All he did was dink and dunk, so the clock never stopped. He was just like, dude, I'm just going to like make you drive the entire field. I'm going to drop 7 and 8, and I'm just going to slow it down. And we were very frustrated, and instead of just being like, hey, we're just going to throw it to Anderson or Brown and just run, it was a good job by La Tech keeping it close because that's all they wanted to do. They clearly didn't want to win the game. And I think for LSU, you don't do anything. It didn't mean shit to us. We if that was a real game, we would have thrown quick. Had an offense like last week where we're just like, hey, we're just going to take our 4 and 5 yards here and there and then move on. So it doesn't mean anything. We just have to have more healthy. That's it.
The other thing was Nussmeier was off. Like that first shot play that we called, dude, that was a beautiful play. The way it opened, because we started the diamond and we motioned the guy out and widened it, and then ran 4 verts out of it with like a flat route out of. I don't remember which guy ran the flat route, and so the defense was completely all over the place. It was wide open. He underthrew that ball, and then it got tipped. Dude, that was a walking touchdown.
They showed it from the end zone view. Not only did he underthrow it, he threw it about 6 yards inside.
Yeah,
so like Brown had to go. It was so bad. Yeah, and then he was sailing the ball on people. He was definitely off, and it is what it is. If you watch college football throughout the day, that's just every single team does that, and that's why La Tech played a good game. They played to that. They're like, hey, they're going to want to come out and do the exact opposite of last week.
They played to their strengths.
Yeah, they're like they're not going to be patient enough to have a 13-play drive. And we weren't for a while. And then eventually we did. We won the game. It just really sucks that
we didn't get to see the backup at all. We kept our starters in the entire game.
Well, the game as a whole was a failure. You won the game, but as a whole, because you got
your 61-0 prediction, Daniel, was way off. I think.
Defense, you played a shit ton of dudes.
Hey, really Travis, what was your prediction?
42-7.
Yours was way off too.
I know. Actually, and that actually brings up a good point. And what I want to talk about, it seems the trend, the first 2 games, we only have a 2-game sample size, but there've been lower scoring to what we initially thought. So field goals come into play big, and Ramos, he missed that like 51-yarder. Twice, Kelly called the timeout and then he tried it again, missed both times. So what I see going forward is field goals are going to be important, like if you have 3 drives and get 3 field goals versus 0 field goals, that can actually make, be the difference.
But I'm going to take up for Ramos though. Like we can't expect a college kicker to consistently make 47 and plus yard field goals. Like He missed a 51-yarder. He made a 46-yarder. He made a 53-yarder. He missed a 49-yarder. Okay, yes.
I think I agree with you that your average college kicker, but and with perfect time to bring Chip into the program as we're literally Chip. We're talking about Damian Ramos. Here's my thing: I don't expect him to make those, but you have the guy who has a fucking cannon for a leg that you're not even giving a shot to that.
Yeah, but
guy.
Ramos's missed field goal. It wasn't like it was short. He fucking made it by 7-8 yards. He just pushed it.
The first one was embarrassingly short,
dude, because they blew the whistle dead. He didn't
still kicked it.
He kind of kicked it, bro.
Like that.
It was I know, but it's still like I think it's a little bit harsh that we judge him on a missed 49-yard field goal after what happened at the Clemson game, and then a 51-yarder. We're like, oh, this dude can't kick field goals.
I'm saying is it's going to be really important going forward. It could be the making.
It is. I agree. And we should not ask him to kick anything over 47 yards.
Well, then that goes back. But
we should be using Burrell in those situations.
But my point is Burrell's not accurate. He's not accurate. He has a leg.
We don't know that. He's never attempted a kick.
Everybody says it, man.
That's one of those things. That's one of those bullshit narratives that they put out there to justify the weak-legged kicker being out there.
I don't really give a shit about that. I give a shit about some of our play calling still. I mean, listen, I understand what they wanted to come into the game. This goes back to last week. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not going to shit on it too much, and I'm not mad. Like, I think you completely throw this game away. But like, I mean, we were just what are we doing? Like, we're just gonna. So Moore gets hurt, and so we're like, all right, we can't run up the middle, so we're just gonna run end arounds, or we're just gonna do. But then we're still just going to call these shot plays, or we don't have anybody underneath. Everybody just looks so terrible and out of sync. And then it's third and 18, and instead of trying to get 8 or 9 yards, we just call a shot play again, and so then we can't get any yards. And now all of a sudden we have a 51-yard field goal. Well, why don't we try to make it a 43-yard field goal? Because we know the dude can't kick it. We're not going to play Burrell. I think Burrell's still a sketchy dude. Like, why don't we just get some yards to score points? And that's what I still think. Sloan just I don't know. But again, I'm not taking too much from this fucking game. I don't want to.
I'm not taking too much from this game, but I did tell Chip multiple times in the stadium, this feels a lot like last year's offense.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, we can't run the ball, can't really throw it deep.
Yeah, because DJ Chester. And that's what I think if Moore's
can't score in the red zone. Like,
and that's what I'm worried about Green. So
that was last year.
That one play where he we get in there tight and then we motion Green out. I thought it was the stupidest play call ever, because I get what you're doing in theory, but literally you're motioning Green out, and then you call it to where he's like running this like wheel route, and you're throwing the ball away from him. At least let him go all the way out and then throw a jump ball. And now I'm worried if that seems obviously Green in the red zone inside the 10 was like a main thing. So he's gone for the year. Now what do you have, Joe Sloan? Because you sucked ass last year. Today you just kept fucking running. You ran Green, you ran Bordelon, you ran Bauer out there, who none of them could block for shit. So fucking what are you going to do, man? And that's where I get worried. But ultimately, it felt like last year because DJ Chester is your center. DJ Chester is biggest problem ever. And if we don't have more, the season's over, period. It just is, period. Season's over.
Wait. We've had Chip on the program for 3 minutes now. He hasn't got a word in. Chip, anything you want to talk about Ramos? You join mid-Ramos conversation. I know that's a hot topic for you, or any other things you want to talk about.
I mean, his legs gotten stronger. I do believe the whistle had something to do with that kick. I mean, he made a 52-yarder last week. Can't really hate on him right now. This isn't his fault. And I do think the play call is very sketchy. I do like the end arounds. I like that we dress it up a little bit. But has anybody heard anything about injuries, or is it just?
I mean, Green's gone. Green's gone. I think Moore. I still think Moore's fine. I still think he's fine.
Yeah, I think Moore's fine in the long run, but he may be banged up, lingering for a week or two, because they said ankle.
But it's like, dude, it was an inside ankle. Like he walked. Dude, he walked fine to the locker room, and like it's gonna hurt. I just think it wasn't like an outside.
100%, is what I'm saying.
Bro, if he is fucking 75%,
he's better than Chester. Nobody's going to argue with that, but I would like the guy to be 100% going into Florida next week. That's where I'm saying.
Yeah, I
you
mean, but,
want
but,
guys to be healthy coming out.
yeah,
of
for
these
sure.
games.
But give me 75% with a dude who knows the plays and can fucking adjust. Because that was part of our problem too. Is we're calling shifts and that's another thing. Nuss barely went up. He never went up to the line today to like audible. He was just like whatever the fucking play call is. That's why you could tell he was so checked out, dude. He literally did not audible one play. I mean, he just went. It was like, yeah, fuck it, like whatever. And there was a couple times where the line would shift, and there'd be 4 down linemen, and like Caden Durham's just picking up the D tackle because Mabinga and Chester are just like not. And I'm like, what the hell are we doing? I mean, Chester is got to be the worst offensive lineman I have seen. Shit, dude, I don't know, man. He's getting up there to be the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen at LSU. And it's worrisome that what do you see in practice? What can you possibly see in practice from this guy? I mean, shit.
I think at this point, the only reason he's playing is because of his experience. And what else do you have at center to back up Braylon
Exactly.
Moore?
They haven't.
Who is your third string center?
They were
Who's
so
the
set
backup?
on him being. I don't know.
The
They were
backup's
so
the
set
kid
on
that-
him.
You go, Nathan.
Oh, I mean, he redshirted his freshman year because they were just like, yeah, he is going to be our center. And then, like, he was terrible last year. And they're like, oh, shit, you know what? This guy can't play center. But we don't have anybody else because we thought he was going to be a center for 3 years. So now we're fucked. And now we have more. We're like,
Who's the kid that committed to us and he was supposed to go to A&M, then was at us in Auburn?
I have no idea. I mean, I feel like there's 20 linemen.
Well, he's your center. He's your backup center now. If Moore's whatever that.
I still think Moore's going to play, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, they put boots on for everybody. I mean,
like it literally, because here's the thing with Chester is like Mabinga is like an average player, but when you team him up with Chester, because Chester, there was a play I actually wrote it down. There was a 3-man rush, and the guy is like split between Chester and Mabinga, and the DT bull rushes Mabinga, and Chester has nobody to block. So he's looking around like this. Meanwhile, Mabinga is just getting shoved 5 yards into the backfield. And then Chester's like, oh, shit, I kind of should probably help. But he's kind of like patty caking the back of this dude's jersey. And I'm like, dude, like, why did you not double team with Mabinga from the get-go? There's nobody else around you. And that's the thing. Chester doesn't just make himself bad. He makes everyone around him bad. And that's where our O-line looked completely different. Why is that? What happened? Because of Moore. I cannot say enough good things about Moore and enough bad things about DJ Chester. if Moore is hurt next week, I think the game goes from LSU wins 100. Like if Moore plays, LSU wins 100%. If Moore is hurt, I think it's like 72%. I still think we're going to win, but bring some shit in because you can't run the ball and you can't protect the quarterback.
Yeah, fair point. Positives from the game. Harlem Berry got 6 carries, 56 yards.
He looked good. I mean, he's an athlete. Caleb Jackson's got to be just done. I mean, bye. See you later.
Yeah, exactly.
We have enough athletes. I mean, you know who your dudes are. Barry and Brown's your dude. That's a face mask on Sellers. I don't know how you can just do that as an offensive guy.
I think Cohen Eccles is your backup center if Moore's out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he looked very mid today, but I mean, I don't know. If we get back,
they'll stick with Chester.
Yeah, I mean, if Chester gets hurt, if Moore gets hurt, Chester gets hurt, then the season's just done. I mean, fuck it.
Well, we said literally last week that besides Nussmeier, who's the guy that can't get hurt? And it's literally Braylon Moore. And it's not even close. Yeah, it was the first play of the game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First play of the game. And so it's like, geez,
guys, I've got to say this just to say it. So I have these 2 TVs. I just turned on the South Carolina game. I saw South Carolina was winning 17-3 at halftime against South Carolina State. That's a MEAC school. Did you know that South Carolina had 2 punt returns for a touchdown in the first half? That's how they scored their touchdowns. But hey, Lenore Sellers is one of the best.
These games don't
bro, I get that to an extent, but if you play Southern, That's like Southern, bro. That's playing Southern. Louisiana Tech's a
It's
D1
just like
school,
us. They're coming off of a big non-conference win against a power opponent. I know we can say Virginia Tech's not that good, but to them going into the game, it's an emotional.
But
it's an emotional
South
step
Carolina
down.
State.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can
They
say
don't
that.
give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
But you should still be able to score a touchdown. I mean,
we scored 10
crazy.
points against La Tech.
Bro,
we scored 10
in the first
points.
half. In the first half.
Dude, La Tech would beat South Carolina State by probably like 40.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
That's my point. Like I get what we're saying.
I hate all these
that's
games.
different.
I think
I hate them too.
Football needs to go to a 10-game schedule.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think you just
week 2 is stupid.
These should be preseason games. Is what they should be.
This is who we should have played week 1 instead of Clemson.
Yes, you should have 2 preseason games where you play Southern and La Tech, and then you open up against Clemson, and then you roll into SEC play. That's
the thing about
if I was the
about
commissioner of college football, that's what I'm doing.
Like it sucks we got hurt, but like watching Florida today, Florida really struggled because they played Long Island last week, and that's where like when you win a game like Clemson, like we did. You got to be ready. Like we talked about the other day, you got to be ready to start the season. You have to start the season well. They were so lollygagging, and then they beat Long Island by 60 something. Lagway only played the first half. Half their starters only played the first half. Now all of a sudden you go to South Florida. It's not like South Florida was good. South Florida was not good. But DJ Lagway can't complete a pass past 10 yards because he throws in 7 on 7 in practice. And then he plays Long Island, and he just throws these little like quick screens, and they run the ball. Like he actually got flustered some today and just missed so many dudes because he hasn't played anybody. So that's the counter to playing. Like if you win a game like we did against Clemson, it's amazing. It's awesome to open it. But if you lose like the last 5 years, it sucks. But
yeah, we're used to.
Nathan, Matthew is back in the text message group.
Already mentioned that.
I bet he fucking was. I bet he fucking was.
Dude, as soon as someone got hurt, man, he's just texting.
I mentioned
good Lord.
that
he's a fair player. Did he move to Oklahoma? Because he's a Mateer fan now.
God.
Well, I mentioned that I got more text messages from this game about negative stuff than I did from Clemson, beating Clemson.
We didn't get any from. He didn't even text during Clemson game.
Exactly.
I don't even know what Mateer did.
No, but I was gonna say that we're used to losing week 1 and then coming back week 2 is like our revenge game.
Yeah.
And now this is the opposite. We haven't had an emotional letdown. What did we do against the following week from Texas in 19?
We played Northwestern State, and we had played Northwestern State. Had a pretty rough game actually. Joe Burrow.
Touchdowns. Yeah, but I think that was I remember they were really bad too. I think we ended up winning by a lot of points, but I remember like the first half we were maybe up by 17 to 20 halftime.
17-13.
Yeah.
17-13. And then
that's why these games don't fucking matter, people.
Well, and here's the thing. Guess what? Next week, I think we're gonna win. We're gonna come out. It's gonna be us. And then guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna play Southeastern, and you know what's gonna look like? It's gonna look like shit because we have to play Ole Miss the next week. So the Southeastern game is gonna look like shit too. When you play 7 ranked opponents and you play all these hard teams like we do, you're going to have letdowns. You can't bring it every week. It's literally impossible. It's impossible.
It really is hard.
I think the biggest thing tonight was to not get injured, and that unfortunately, I mean,
that's where the game sucks that you failed.
That's where
the game was a failure.
Shit.
Well, the thing about Green too is it wasn't his ACL. It was the inside. It had to be like MCL.
It was 17-14 against Northwestern State. And
there you go. See,
we ended up winning 65-14.
I was gonna say 66. Damn it!
Yeah, but I think didn't we have like 2 punt returns for a touchdown?
Yeah, there was a punt return by Trey Palmer, and then the third quarter we poured it on.
Well, and that's the thing. Like again, listen, I love Trey Dez. He's like probably one of my favorite players ever so far. I mean, I worship this guy. And I think I'm worried about Sloan not being creative enough in the red zone. So I'm worried. That's why I'm worried about Green not being there. But ultimately, it's all about Moore. If Moore is hurt at all, like that, a little worrisome. But ultimately, like the defense doing what they did, we rotated a lot. I mean, the Weeks brothers barely played at the same time. We were rotating dudes in the last three drives. We had the drive they scored on. We were actually doing well. We had Walter Mathis and Brandon Brown, both true freshmen. Those were our D tackles, and we were stoning them. And then Stamps drops that fucking interception, gets yanked out, and we sent an 8-person blitz. I mean, a little bit aggressive there, Blaker. And the dude saw. By the way, the other quarterback for La Tech was named Blake Baker, and he finds that dude on the sideline. They score a touchdown, which is like a complete fluke. But we just shut them down so much on offense. So you have a good defense, and you're always going to be in games.
The defense was great.
Our offense is. I think we were just trying to fuck around and do shit. I think against Clemson on the road, we were too conservative. We proved we can run against Clemson, but you have to have more. If you don't have more, you can't run the ball. And so that's where Florida can come into play.
Did they say anything about Jamari Butler? I missed the last
He seemed fine coming off. He seemed
okay. So it went dead.
When did he get hurt?
Fucking
last
a minute and 40 left.
Oh, because I was gonna say I saw him with 2 minutes left. And...
Yeah, he was on the ground, and then he was walking off, and Mansour ran up to him when he was 5 feet away from and Mansour was trying to get under his arm, and he was like, "Man, get the fuck away from me," kind of joking around, I think. But yeah,
if you're watching, like and subscribe, like the video.
Again, I mean, I hate to be a broken record, but it sucks about the injuries, but this is almost a thing as a coach. You're just like, see, boys, even Louisiana Tech, Nuss, you've been here for 5 years. You want to win a Heisman? You want to be the number 1 overall quarterback? You fucking come out here and you lollygag and you fuck around. Even Louisiana Tech can make you look like shit. So you take it, you fire up the troops and move on.
I do think there is some legitimate, because you didn't score a whole lot of points against Clemson. So, I do think, and now you lose Trey Green. We don't know the extent of Braylon Moore's injury. Maybe he's fine, but there is some concern now about the offense.
No, I don't agree.
No,
you just said all that. You just said you were worried about Sloan's play calling.
Dude, if DJ Chester's center, he can't run the ball.
You just said Chester's the worst thing ever.
I'm saying, okay, so are we saying that Chester starts?
I'm saying Braylon Moore's not 100%. You're the one saying he's fine. I'm saying he's not 100%. And I'm saying the offense hasn't been impressive in 2 games.
I think Chester starts next week. I really do.
Yeah, it's an ankle injury.
I think it didn't. It seemed like he was okay.
I still think
Moore starts. I'm not worried about it.
What I will
I'm
say,
not worried about Moore.
I think we could beat Florida with Chester as our center. Just FYI.
Is Florida going to be fired up next week? Yes, because they lost. But I do agree with Nate. They're not that good of a team.
They were fired up today, bro.
They were overrated. They beat 2 teams. They beat that
we were reeling. They beat Ole Miss game was crazy.
Hey, Josh Pate picked them to go to the playoffs.
Dude, how can you pick him with that schedule?
Who's Josh Pate's favorite player this week? He's gonna be the Ole Miss player, right? Ole Miss QB.
No, it's probably gonna be Mississippi State's quarterback.
Oh yeah. Mississippi State's quarterback. Oh, he'll probably put Mississippi State in the playoffs now.
Well, I mean, dude, Florida came out rolling. They scored. They drove the length of the field 3 times in a row, and they just stalled out because all Napier does is just run the ball, and he runs misdirections and counters, and then he runs little they play 2 tight ends 95% of the time, which is perfect for us. And then they try to hit you on wheel routes. Both of their receivers on the outside are 5'10", 5'11", small guys who are freshmen and sophomores. I mean, he runs a Sun Belt offense, to be honest with you. And Lagway is not an accurate quarterback.
It fits his name, Sun Belt Billy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is Sun Belt Billy. That's why he was so good at it. But in that's why I'm not. They don't look that good, and they were fired up today. They came out ready to play that game. It wasn't like they sleepwalk. it's like they slipped through that game. They came out ready to play, and they hit South Florida in the mouth, and they were on the upper hand the entire time, but they just couldn't finish it because they're not that good. They're just not that good. What they did last year?
So we couldn't see the last drive. Did they? How did they go down the field?
Bro, they fucking they backed them up. They punted it. There's like third play of the drive, they got a pass interference. They went up to like the 24. It's like they were at the 9. They were at the 24. They had an incomplete pass, and this O lineman and this D tackle are like jawing all about like the numbers. And this dude is this close to him for Florida, and he didn't pull a Jalen Carter because Jalen Carter spit like right here. This dude was this close, bro. This dude was this close to this O lineman, and he spit directly in this dude's fucking face. And the O lineman was like, "What the fuck?" And then all the dudes are like, "What the hell?" So then they get kicked. He gets kicked out of the game. They go up another 15 yards. Now they're at the 39-yard line, and so there's like a minute 50 left, and they kind of just like dinked and dunked and ran the ball because they only needed a field goal. And then once they got, and they have Grammatica. Grammatica can make he made a field goal last week from like 53 yards.
I know they have little Grammatica. Yeah.
So once they got close, Florida tried to sell out. They're calling timeouts, and they just methodically went all the way down to like the 3-yard line and then just kicked the field goal and just won the game. It was such a Billy Napier game. It was unbelievable.
Sounds like a fluke, kind of.
They had 400 yards and Florida had 340.
So both me and Chip's predictions for LSU starting quarterbacks for next season look good today because Michigan and losing with Bryce Underwood. And Chip, didn't you have DJ Lagway as our starting quarterback?
He said
next
Walker
year?
Howard. I said Lagway. He said Howard.
Oh, sorry, Nathan. Oh, Chip, your prediction does not look good today with Walker
Not look
Howard.
good. No, I've changed it though.
Yeah, you get a redo on that one after Walker Howard's out for the season.
I mean,
but Walker Howard sucked anyway.
Yeah, Walker Howard. I mean,
allegedly, we don't know. We'll never know because he'll probably never play another down of football.
Redshirt junior.
I think Arch Manning is the starting quarterback next year for LSU.
No, so I think Lagway could be your starter.
I'm kidding. Lagway.
Lagway's just. I don't know. What's well, like in the group, like Mike said something. Dude, I don't know because Lagway has a cannon, but he also seems like a fucking idiot. And so you're like, and Sunbelt Billy sucks. So he's probably not getting correct coaching, but he has zero football IQ. Like he has no idea where the pressure's coming from. He gets the ball. And he just wants to take down. And he's not a runner. He can't run the ball really for shit, but they'll call random runs for him. And it looks just like it's basically like looking at Jamarcus Russell run the ball. Like, yes, can he kind of pick up some yards? Sure, but there's 2 linebackers in front of him. He tries to juke, and he's just like, whoa, he's like Gumby out there. And then they'll call random 3rd and 4 quarterback powers, and you're just like, well, that got -1 yards. Great call, Billy.
Dude, did y'all see the safety play? Did you watch the last drive of the Mississippi State-Arizona State game?
Oh, just now? Yeah, it was that
dude.
Touchdown.
How
crazy?
Dude, what is it? What was there? They didn't have any safety on the. I mean, I know.
Dude, I think they just thought they weren't going to take a shot, so they played all their safeties up, and they just didn't man on the outside. It was wild.
I was just like, dude, did you just get burned by a white dude? Like, I mean, that dude burned him.
Wait, it was a white guy that caught it and scored?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was white. I thought.
I checked it out.
I thought it was Craver.
Hey, sure. Chip, we were actually talking about this when I first joined, that victory by Mississippi State actually has playoff implications. What I'm seeing is the season setting up to be like a 07 season where it's just like all this crazy random shit happens, and at the end of the season when the dust settles, you're going to have a lot of like random teams that are in the playoffs.
Maybe my theory is that the Big 12 is such a shit show and a crapshoot that like any team can go win it. You can go 2-10 and then go and win it like Arizona State did last year. I think Arizona
it's such
State
a
was
bad conference that anybody could win it.
So I could see Arizona State being not that good this year and somehow being 6-6. But
I wasn't really a believer in Arizona State.
But you still
I
have
guess
to like
that's why
make the. I mean, that's the thing. I think it's going to get to the point where everybody's so bad, yeah, they're going to beat up. But that's the thing. They should be a one bid league. Whoever wins the conference championship is your person. You don't get any. You don't get any other qualifiers. That's it. You get one
I think
guy.
that's what's going to happen. I think whoever
I know,
wins the league is going to be 10-2 and win the conference championship game.
That's why I'm happy about this, because I mean they're all. But that's the thing. Like Baylor went and beat SMU today. They're all bad, but like they're good enough to like TCU could just get hot and go 11-1 and then lose the conference championship, and it's bullshit to like a 10 or a 9-3 Arizona State, and all of a sudden Arizona State's in it. It's exactly like SMU last year, and I hope we learned our lesson that we say no. Just because you went 11-1 in this shit ass league doesn't mean you get to go to the playoff. That's what I'm hoping.
That's why it should be a 4-team playoff. A 4-team playoff where the Big 12 plays some play-in games to get in. They get one bid.
I mean, then it's the same thing, though. You're just going
SEC,
to the same
4-team playoff to get the SEC's one bid. I can get behind that, but you don't need 12 teams in a playoff.
But then it's just the.
Not like this is going to change. It doesn't fucking matter. What do I know? I think we lost Travis.
I think
that's the case.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then it's just a bona fide playoff. I mean, you're playing in playing games. Might as well be a playoff.
Yeah, but it's not exciting seeing. I hear you, but it's not exciting seeing. Who did Arizona State play? Texas. Well, that was an exciting game. Terrible example.
Because the
game matchups suck.
They missed on who they should go let in. And yes, I agree with you. But it is. I will die on a hill that
Indiana,
it's not fucking
Notre Dame.
fair.
Did anybody watch that shit? Because
Indiana shouldn't have been in. Exactly.
Did.
That's the problem. I mean, I watched it.
I watched the first quarter. It was awful.
Yeah,
but
okay. I watched the open, but not in its entirety.
But that's the point. Is that I don't. That's why I don't like a 4-team playoff, because if you play 7 or 8 ranked teams and somebody else plays 2, like statistically, college football, there are good teams out there. If you lose 2 games in the SEC on the road, like I shouldn't just get fucked because TCU played 1 ranked team. Like fuck it. Like let me play TCU and let's see what happens. We play in the best league. We just do. And so we should still have some representation. Other than
when you had a 4-team playoff, you always.
But that's the thing.
Listen,
I understand what you're saying, but I think and you agree with this. The biggest problem is that this is why you need bigger playoffs, is because you went to bigger conferences. So now when Texas doesn't really play anybody in the fucking conference, Tennessee barely plays anybody in the conference. Tennessee shouldn't have been there last year. So if you're going to have these bigger conferences where Indiana fucking makes it, and Tennessee with by the way, UCLA last I saw was getting curb stomped by UNLV, who barely beat Idaho State. That's how bad Nico is, but yet he went to the playoffs with Tennessee because they didn't play anybody. And so I was thinking, if you're going to have expanded conferences, which I hate, which I'm against, I think that's your problem, then you need to have expanded playoffs. If we go back to the way it was with the Pac-12 existing and stuff, then you keep it at 4.
Oh, we got to talk about the best news of the day for LSU football. With Florida losing, College Game Day is going to Georgia at Tennessee.
Yeah, so
sorry, I hate fucking College Game Day. Fucks up the whole tailgating.
Fuck College Game Day, dude. That hasn't been fun since 2005.
It was fun a little bit after that.
Yeah,
man, that's some good times.
It was fun in like 2007. I didn't mean to say 2005.
But I mean, oh wait, Chip, you were half right, Chip. Half.
Oh,
right.
is he a half? Okay.
You know what's funny? No, you know what's funny is I was actually scrolling.
Wait, we got to read the legal disclaimer that Zombie Bob had.
I was like just scrolling Instagram the other day.
When y'all say inappropriate things, we have to read a legal disclaimer.
No, it's fake. But
Travis
there was like this rant.
His computer died.
I saw
he
that.
only has one last thing to say. Go Tigers.
Okay. But I saw this random chick on Instagram, and she's just like, "Oh, our journey started here and then went here. Now look where we are." And it's like in Starkville. And I was like, "Who's this thirsty ass little bitty?" She apparently married. I actually saw this. I saw this guy the other day. She married this guy. He's like a 5th-year senior. He was like at Oklahoma before, or some shit. So yeah, I guess he won the game for him or whatever.
I do have good news for next week that Chip didn't hear because Chip, you weren't there yet. The Golden guys told me that they have already contracted a DJ for next week's tailgate.
Yeah, I heard him talking about that. They were like on the loud. They were freaking DJing this week. They're always DJing.
They're DJ,
The
but they
gays-
have a
the gays-
professional. They have a professional coming.
Yeah.
So
This is so
I
funny.
dude, my favorite gay dudes. And I only
they're
think
not
half
all
of them are
gay. They're not all gay, and don't make me read the legal disclaimer again.
Hey, so yeah, has anybody seen? Listen, I know it's whatever, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Anybody see your boy Bryce Underwood's final stats?
Yeah,
You mean our
I
starting
know he
quarterback
went
for
4
next
for
season?
5.
Hit me.
What'd you say, Chip?
I know he went 4 for 5 to start. And I know he did really bad after that.
I watched a lot of the game. He ended up 9 of 24 for 142. They didn't even blitz him. They didn't. Here's the thing. I saw a thing in the fourth quarter where when they brought more than 4 people, he was 0 for 8 at the time. And then I saw them bring 3 dudes in a row, and I'm pretty sure he had an incompletion every time. But he made some really good throws. But then also, you just don't have any athletes around you, bro. You went to a system. You went to a system where you're doing play action, and they ran for Justice Haynes had 125 yards. They ran for 146. He did bust a 75 yarder. He busted a 75 yarder, so it's a little bit skewed.
Wait, is that the guy who he fought?
Yeah. Because what happened was they did an RPO, and when he pulled it, dude, like some dude just blew up because Michigan's O-line sucks. Like they're used to having good O-line. This D tackle blew up the O-line, and then this DN came unblocked. And so he threw it to the receiver, and the receiver was blocking. So I think he was mad at Haynes not blocking the D end.
Gotcha.
But really, like, Haynes was picking up, like, who was going to fuck him up first. And there's, like, 3 of them. But, yeah, he went up to Haynes, and he was, like, grabbing him and chasing him down. And Haynes was like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't talking to me like that. And they all just, like, got into it. I respect Underwood for doing it. Like, yeah, you want to yell at him, but, hey, bro, when you're throwing dink and dunk passes, and then it'd be like a play action pass, and it's just a 1 receiver deep route, max protect, and he's throwing into triple coverage. And you're like, dude, this is what you wanted, bro.
Let's not forget, this guy said he wasn't considering Michigan for so long because of this reason. Like he said, literally they asked him why not Michigan, and he goes, quarterback development. Like they don't do it. So now he's stuck here, and he's ruining his career because he's chasing $9 million when you can make fucking 10 times that in the NFL.
Yeah, go ask Joe Burrow if he's hurting for money. Go ask Jaden Daniels if he's hurting for money. There's multiple times because they're so working off the play action. He's not under center, and he's doing these naked bootlegs, and there's just DNs coming to space, and he had a couple of just quick, like, literally like sidearm, sick-ass throws to the flat, which 90% of quarterbacks are going to be sacked. But then dude catches it and runs for like 10 yards, and you're like, that was actually a really sick play, but you got 10 yards from it because you're in 3 tight, naked bootleg. So that's cool. Like, have fucking fun, dude.
I mean, he looks the last drive he looked disinterested. But that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm just hoping.
Well, yeah,
that's the
I don't know. Well, it is what it is, but it's his first taste of you're gonna get your teeth kicked in. I mean, that Mateer has skill, but he has terrible fundamentals. He throws the ball sidearm and he tries to make these crazy throws. He threw an interception. That game honestly should have been a lot worse than it was. Their D played really well, but Mateer it wasn't just Mateer. They had some stupid play calls too. But I mean, Michigan plays at Nebraska in a couple of weeks. I mean, who knows? They play at USC, Wisconsin. All these are up for grabs because you can't score the ball.
Well, did you watch any of the Clemson game? Like, could you tell?
I watched the entire game. I watched more football than I've ever watched in my life.
I didn't see. I know, and dude, this is why I kind of was like, man, I don't want to go today. I want to watch football. But
Clemson kicked the ball to Troy. Troy got like a dink, a dunk, a run, and they hit him with a double move and got like a 70-yard touchdown. Then Clemson comes out. They throw an incomplete pass. Or no, they throw a ball for like 2 yards, run the ball on second down for 3 yards, incomplete pass on third down. They punt the ball to Troy. Boom, massive rainstorm. They go into the locker rooms for 2 hours. They come out of the locker room.
That's what I thought.
Troy goes down like 40 yards, kicks like a field goal. Then they kick it to Clemson, 3 and out. Clemson punts. Troy punts. Cade Klubnik at his own 3-yard line throws the ball, and this DN bats it up in the air, catches it, touchdown. 16-0 midway through the second. By the way, there was probably 10,000 people there at the stadium. So it just was. It was terrible. And then they came out in the second half and just beat the shit out of them.
I can't believe BYU's quarterback wears 47.
Oh yeah, what
does that look like? I need
it looks terrible. He actually looks like a good quarterback, but the number just kills me, man.
He came from Stanford.
Yeah, he came from Stanford. He's starting against Stanford right now.
I picked BYU as my lock of the week for that reason. I think that's gonna be the only one to win. I think I lost every other thing today.
Stanford's
every other game.
Like Andrew Luck being their GM is just a joke.
Dude, I saw a thing. Did y'all watch any game day today, bro? So
because somebody forgot the remote control to the TV.
I thought you wouldn't got it though.
Yeah, but by the time I went and got it, it was 10:20 before we got the TV going.
Dude, that's just exhausting. That must have been exhausting.
So
I'm tired.
Apparently,
I'm falling asleep.
when Andrew Luck was at Stanford, he rode around campus. He rode around campus on like a bicycle, and he used to put a grocery bag over the seat because when he would wake up in the morning, there would be dew on it, and it would like make his butt wet. So then, guess what? He now back at Stanford rides around on a bicycle, bro. This dude is the lamest motherfucker. No, he does. He's like riding around like he has it almost looks like he has like a pocket protector. He's a fucking loser ass nerd. And they basically asked him to do this. And he, on the game day segment, he's like, yeah, like, I didn't know what I was doing. They were just like, yeah, anybody we hire is not going to really know what they're doing. But we have faith that you'll figure it out because you always figure it out. And he's like, yeah, so we're just putting the pieces together and blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, y'all are fucked. Like, and I love to see it because fuck you, hippie nerds and weirdos.
Bunch of nerds.
He definitely wears chacos every day.
Well, he was literally dressed with like khakis, like a long sleeve, like plaid button up and like this little overcoat because it's kind of chilly. And he's just like bicycling through like their campus. And I was like, dude, look at this fucking guy.
Dude, that's so.
I mean, it was so.
And by the way, I do think he was a really good quarterback. So I'm not gonna take that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a stud.
He's incredible.
He also quit at 29 because he's a pussy.
Hey, Ryan Clark says he's a generational talent.
That fucking guy, dude. That dude's getting canceled left and right. He doesn't have, I literally said this a few nights ago. I was like, he doesn't have any more hot takes before he gets canceled. And then last night's shit was insane. I mean,
what did you do last night?
Oh, dude, they were having this argument because he was butthurt about everybody coming after him about the Breeze Manning Brady take. So he's all butthurt. And so then there's this reporter, I forget his name at the moment, but there's like 4 of them around the table. And this reporter apparently is like very well known in the world. I'm sure you probably recognize him. I forget his name at the moment. But he starts talking to Ryan, and Clark he literally stops him. He's like, listen, I shouldn't say this. I probably should address this to you off air, but, I'm just going to say it now, which, hey, don't say it. Like, if you have to say that on ESPN, because the dude was like disagreeing with him about something.
The shit out of the shitty.
But so he's just like, man, what you're saying right now, he goes, that's just a non-player in you. He goes, you don't know because you didn't play. And the guy's like, dude, don't belittle me like that. He goes, I know football. I've been writing about it for 20-something years. I've been reporting on it, yada, yada, yada. And then Ryan Clark's like, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. I was telling you something. And the dude's just like, what the fuck? And so then people were just like, how dare he, like, oh, like, because he's a white dude, you're just going to be like, oh, you don't know shit from fuck? Dude.
Yeah, I dare Ryan Clark never say that to me. I swear to fucking God.
Well, they're like, does he talk to Stephen A that way? Does he tell Stephen A Smith that he doesn't know shit because he didn't play football? No, he
I'm
didn't
so
say that.
Sick of that shit. Fucking fatigue, chip fatigue. Anyways,
Oh yeah. I wouldn't even be going.
Brandon Walker says this is the biggest sports moment for him in a decade. What a sad
Probably
existence.
was for life. Yeah, probably for life. I mean, has there been what's the bigger? Their probably next best win was when they beat us at Tiger Stadium with Dak. Honestly,
That's probably what
maybe
he
an
said.
Egg
Yeah,
Bowl.
because that was 10 years
Maybe
ago.
an Egg Bowl. Yeah,
The Egg
Yeah.
Bowl
I'm
where they
trying to
pissed it
think.
away. Where Ole Miss
I'm trying to
pissed it away,
think
did the
what
dog
there
piss
has to
thing.
be a bigger game than that Dak game.
the dog piss thing was so funny though.
That
God,
that
it
was
so
not
good.
that was not a good LSU team.
No shit. We had Lamar Lewis and DJ Welter as our linebackers.
Did you see
Hey,
how the Fighting
Lamar!
Bill Belichick's did?
What they score? What was the final? in that
UNC.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they beat Charlotte 20-3.
Oh Jesus. Can't say much. We beat La Tech 23-7. So
Yeah, but we didn't lose by
Yeah,
50,
but we didn't
by
get
30,
annihilated.
40.
I know.
Yeah, like look how
At
they're
home.
showing Texas highlights right now. You see how Texas came out like purposely trying to throw the ball.
Bro,
They
no,
didn't
no,
do
no,
that
no,
well,
no.
right? When did
Hold on, dude. Bro, I watched this entire game. You talk about a score and a thing that's not real. Arch Manning threw 4 touchdowns in 4.5 minutes. Bro, this game, San Jose State had 5 turnovers. 4 of those turnovers were inside their own 35-yard line, dude. Arch Manning literally started like 2 of 8, and like they had like 3 dropped interceptions. Like this dude is not a good quarterback, and his completions, dudes were wide open by 1,000 yards. I mean, it was the most overblown. I've watched every game today. So
Hey,
I've
what
seen
about Ty
all
Simpson
this
not
shit.
throwing an incompletion?
17-17, like to start or whatever. It's so stupid. I guess Alabama's so good
73-0. They're back. They're back, baby.
According
They're
to
back.
Matthew Walker, he asked me about, have you seen the Alabama game? I knew it was something bad, so I have not answered him. But
Why does it like? Why do you like? What does it matter? Are we not old enough to understand? That's what I was talking to Reed about earlier when he was like, "We fucking suck." Blah blah blah. He was like just shitting on us, and I was like, "Dude, that's fucking a retarded take." He's like, "What is?" He's like, "What is?" And I was like, "The fact that you don't understand about a letdown game. We're obviously just showing stuff. This game doesn't matter. We just want to get out without injuries, and then boom, like Green goes away. But what does it matter?
You gotta.
We saw.
You can't count just because you play bad one week doesn't mean you're going to be bad the next week.
Alabama got embarrassed last week. They're the laughing stock of college football. They played ULM. Were they not going to come out and beat the shit out of them and try to run up the score? Of course they were. Does that mean they're bad?
I had them covered.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like the most predictable. That's why people were like, "Oh, I'm going to pick LSU to cover," and I was like, "Dude, I just don't think it's going to happen because we're going to." I thought we'd play a little bit better. I thought we scored a little bit more points. But I also shout out to La Tech just being like, hey, we're not going to throw the ball past 10 yards. We're just going to keep the clock running, and then we're just going to punt it inside the 10-yard line every fucking time. So you got to drive the field. And
you know what fan base
is
would
what it
suck
is.
to be a part of right now?
There's a lot of them.
Oklahoma State. God, that looks off. That's done.
I told Dan. Dan said I might take Oklahoma State. I was like, don't do it. Stay away. I also want to tell
what
you.
was the final
I
on
had
that?
them
Like
covering.
63
I had them
to...
covering.
I think they scored 70 maybe.
Yeah, it was like 7.
Well,
it was like
I forgot. I meant to tell you, Camp, that Gundy called out Lanning in the press conference about it. Before. He's like, yeah, we don't have to pay $40 million to put a football team out there. And Lanning came back and was like, yeah, it's because you don't win. He goes, we pay $40 million so we can win. And then they literally ran up the fucking score on it.
I do think Lanning's overrated, though.
Oh, for sure. He chokes our big games, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who they play this year. They don't play Ohio State. I think they play Penn State, but I think it's at Penn State.
I think they play at Penn State in like a couple weeks. Does that make sense?
I think that's the only game. Yeah. Stupid.
I hate
hey, dude,
my
my Beavers are going to fucking beat them this year. So
that's another team. Oh, you want to talk about – they played FIU today. It was 13-0 at halftime. They scored with like 2 minutes left to make it like 34-0. It was a brutal game, just boring as shit.
Go Beavs, baby. Go Beavs.
It was so stupid.
But I do like them better than Oregon.
Missouri. Missouri's a problem,
Yeah,
boys.
okay.
Not for us, but for teams and
I
going to Como.
saw the score was like I told Daniel when we were walking the stadium, it was fourth quarter, and they were down 31-28, and then I looked it up, and it was 42-31. So they must have.
Yeah, I think they won 42-31 or 41-32, whatever it was. But they outgained Kansas by like 300 and something yards. They beat
Kansas
the shit
has a
out
good
of them.
offense. Kansas has a good offense.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
I can't see.
like their thing.
I can't see South Carolina beating them in Como, but I don't know.
What's the score right now?
I don't know. So ever since I said that, they went down. They scored a touchdown. Then South Carolina State went 3 and out, and they scored another touchdown. Then South Carolina State got the ball, and they fumbled on their next play, and South Carolina scooped and scored. So it's 38-3 now.
Okay, well, Josh Pate's Heisman Trophy candidate is still alive. He picked like 6 this week. I'm sorry, I can't stand Josh Pate.
The thing is, it is wide open. I mean, Nuss didn't do shit tonight.
No.
Lenore Sellers, typical. Lenore is 11. This is actually a perfect Lenore's game. 11 of 19 for 128 and a touchdown. He has 8 carries for 23 yards, no touchdowns. They don't even have. They have 200
over someone's head.
It's the fourth quarter, and they have 200 yards of offense against South Carolina State. I just want to point that out.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, I know South Carolina State is a good SWAC team, but
that's an oxymoron. That doesn't exist.
I know,
bro.
I know.
That shit doesn't exist.
They're good for the SWAC. Or are they the SWAC? Or are they the other one?
They're the MEAC. Vandy ended up winning.
Yeah.
Let's see what maybe Pavia is about to be number 1 in the country. And
Pate's got to go after Pavia for this week.
So
he'll be in.
So by the way, I just want to point out that South Carolina played in a 70% South Carolina crowd in Atlanta, and they got 320 yards of offense. Vanderbilt went to Virginia Tech, and they put up 490 on Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Oh, did they beat Virginia Tech?
44-20, bro. 44-20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they outgained.
That coach is about to get fired.
Fuentes or whatever his name is.
I know it's is it Fuentes?
No,
I thought he was gone.
Been fired. Fuentes
I think it's Fry.
I think
it's Fry. It's an F.
Yeah.
Fuentes was supposed to be badass. He was supposed to be badass.
Y'all got anything else? Because I'm falling asleep.
No, you're tired.
Yeah, I'm like yawning and long day.
Yeah. Are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're not doing tomorrow. We're taking tomorrow off, and we'll be back on Monday. Tomorrow, we're dropping our pre-recorded interview, special guest. Oh, wait.
Say it again because you said it way too early. Zombie came in.
Oh, we got comments coming too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Not many people. Oh shit, we don't have that many.
Fearless Leader might keep us awake here.
Yo, Fearless Leader. That's on you, Daniel.
Fearless Leader,
man. Don't worry too much about it.
Sorry about that.
Sloan
Fearless.
and Davis gotta go. And Fearless Leader says, "I know I'm late. Apologies." Gabe said, "How nervous are we about Braylon Moore being out next week?" We've already kind of addressed that. Nate feels good about it. Me and Chip are nervous about it, but I think he plays.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's 100%.
Yeah, I think
so.
Fearless Leader says it's 1:00 his time tomorrow.
Nice. Military. That's a military guy. Fearless Leader, military, baby. Woo! Chip, that's your guy.
What do we have to do to get Chip for the soldier salute in Tiger Stadium? By the way, Dixon was trying
I'm more
way
decorated
too
than everybody they ever get.
Oh, I do want to hear. We'll talk. Wait, okay, relax.
Wait, what did Chip say into him?
No, I am. I mean, they call out their awards every time. I'm like, well, I'm stacked compared to these guys. Like, well, I am.
He said he's more decorated.
I am.
I'm not saying you're not. I also will say this to address Fearless Leader. I said this from the get-go, and I said it initially on Bourbon and Beer last week, and then I kind of took it back a little bit during the week. About Sloan, I think tonight's another example where I don't think we can judge him too much because I think they came in with a game plan that we were trying to just like go over the top and just trying to humiliate him. And La Tech took him down, but it is a little concerning that like if he can't make some more adjustments and without Green, like what are you going to do in the red zone? Because we can't just line up at the 8-yard line and run the ball. It's the 8-yard line. You can't go. Almost no team in the country can just line up with 4 tights at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. It was crazy.
And then Braylon Moore. I mean, I think he's going to play, but what I almost hope is like, hey, he plays 75% against Florida. He's okay. It's probably a little sluggish. Doesn't look great. It's still better than Chester. He sits out during Southeastern. He gets 100%. Boom. We go to Ole Miss, and he's ready.
I do actually, Fearless Leader. I agree with that a little bit for sure. You could see Fields like trying to break people's ankles.
Fields was ready to kill people out there. I do agree with that. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bitch. I think it's just they don't have anything else to play for. Like, what else do they play for? You know, like I think.
Well, I never think you should hurt people. Obviously.
I mean, Fields is definitely an exception. I think some of those injuries though were just a little bit bad luck. But that's the downfall of playing in-state schools. Like you're gonna play Louisiana Tech. That's the biggest game of their year. I mean, they're gonna try to do something crazy. If we play UAB, they don't give a fuck that much. Like they're gonna quit way earlier than Louisiana Tech's gonna quit. That's why I don't want to play.
That's why my
schools.
dad was never in favor of playing in-state schools.
No, you should. You honestly
shouldn't.
Agree
With that.
Yeah, because when we're doing this thing where we're like, hey man, we should give back to the state with the money, man. Like we can fuck that shit, man. We need our own money. Like I'm not trying to give $1 million to Grambling. I don't give a crap about that.
I don't give a fuck about those other state schools. They hate us.
I just quoted Scone verbatim about how to play more. Oh, nice. About how if he's
cool. Well, you should go get a white horse and dress up like an Indian.
Gabe, you were listening to Whiskey and Wine before us? Get out of here.
Maybe he's doing both.
Oh,
Maybe he's got one pod here, one AirPod. He's like, boom, boom.
Gabe, if you can pull off 2 things at once like that, I'll be impressed.
Yeah,
if anybody could pull that off.
Oh yeah.
2 programs, 1 ear.
All right. So injuries. You're thinking just the last thing and we can go.
Green's done, bro.
Braylon Moore, hopefully he's back. I think he's definitely going to be back this season. You're pretty sure Green's done.
I think Green's done.
I'm just asking Nate because I saw Nate tear his ACL, and so he knows a little bit about the ACL.
I mean, Green came out of it's like when I tore my ACL and I went and we played Washington like 3 days later, and I went to Matthew's house. Matthew's brother-in-law came up to me. And I was like, yeah, man, like, I went to the doctor. And he said I tore my ACL, but, like, I think he's a fucking idiot, man. I think I just sprained it, you know? And he goes, come here. I put my leg up, and he just did this, and he goes, yeah, bro, your ACL is not there. And I was like, cool, man. Thanks for telling me that. Thanks for telling me that 5 minutes before the game. I'm now – but he's just saying he's talking about – what about Butler, Jamar. So, I think
I hope
Jamar's
he's okay,
fine.
man. I think he's been – okay, good, because he was just a little scared. I mean, I saw the play got hurt, and then it stopped because I was in La Place driving.
I mean, anytime you come out of a medical terminal crutches with thing and you're crying and people are hitting you in the chest saying like they're sorry.
It's not good. Yeah. It's not good.
I do agree with Fearless Leader. So. Being 6'7", you're more likely to get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it sucks that you're having him inline block.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, we should never.
And he's kind of a string bean. He's not got a ton of muscle. But you know,
it's a big loss, man. God, that sucks. Well, anyway,
all right.
Great talking with y'all.
Well, so we'll have tomorrow night. We'll have a special guest. It's pre-recorded pod. We recorded it on Friday. We're going to drop it tomorrow night. Special guest Braden Fajoka was lucky enough to give us some
Zombie and Daniel did it.
Zombie's favorite. Zombie Bob set it all up. It's his favorite player, LSU player of all time. And Braden Fajoka graciously came on the show. So we'll drop that
Yeah,
one
that's
tomorrow.
awesome.
Otherwise, we're going to be off tomorrow, but we're going to come back live on Monday. We'll probably just dive straight into Florida. Fuck this game. We're not going to talk anymore about this game. Well, maybe we'll update
Yeah,
injuries, see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, if we,
Turn the
yeah, I
page.
guess by then they'll do the
Turn
Monday
the page.
wrestle.
Turn the page like Tim Walton's.
Well, then we'll have to figure something out because
Turn
we
the
can't
page.
just do 4 days of Florida. We just can't-
No,
we can't do
Wednesday
too much.
off. I think we did too much last week. Wednesday off.
We did a lot last week. Did a
Yeah.
lot. It was exhausting.
Speaking of Tim Walls, someone needs to get. Never mind. Fuck Tim
Jesus.
Walls.
All right. Okay. All right.
Later.
All right.
I hate him.
All right. We out. Are we out,
Later.
Dan?
I hate him. I hate him.
I hate him.
All right.